Hello, everyone. My name is Dominika, and we're doing an interview of the band Seventh Station for metalrules.com. So, hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
So, first of all, please introduce yourselves. What is Seventh Station?
Well, Seventh Station is a progressive metal band, at least by the definition. My name is Dmitri Alperovich. I'm the guitarist and composer.
My name is Jure. I come from Slovenia and I play the bass guitar.
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm the drummer and I'm also from Slovenia.
Hi, I'm Vidi. I'm singing. I'm from Israel and I'm not from Slovenia.
Well, my name is Eren and I am from Turkey and I am the keyboardist.
Okay. So what drives you as a band or as artists, each one of you, to create music?
It's a good question. What drives us as artists to create some music? The first thing that comes to my mind is expression, also the challenge of creativity. On one hand, it's a very open genre that you can actually create anything and you can use as many colors as you want. So it's very easy to get into anarchy. And I see it's very interesting that you actually can express yourself with different colors. I mean, that's I think what drives me. And of course, some technical challenges always as a force drive to get to the next level as a musician, as an individual.
I think Dima said it all. I would just like to say that for me, it's great that I can express emotions through music. I just want to add that.
What drives me is mainly it's the band. It's the creativity of the whole band and the whole human exchange within the band and also from the band to the public. That's what drives me because it's alive. It's alive.
I think we are all really passionate storytellers and really passionate music makers, and it's just in our blood just to keep telling people stories and engage in stories ourselves as well. And I think the band in itself is a story, so we like this medium of friendship and creativity, and I think that's what is really driving us all together.
Okay, so you're called Seventh Station. Tell me, where does the band name come from?
This is quite a long story, but I'll try to make it very, very short. The name Seventh Station comes from combination of numbers. Somewhere in the early 20s of my life, I started to see all the time 1:48 p.m. on the clock when I was watching the clock. Later, people started to call me Dima by my nickname 1348, and it was always a joke around me. And one day I just combined these numbers and I got the number 7. Because when we were searching a name band, we didn't know exactly what to be. We had some different ideas from Castle to Baron, stuff that if you check our first album, you'll see some connection to. We kind of thought it would be cool that it would be something station. So after I combined this number and I got the number 7, it turned out to be Seventh Station. Wrote a song in the first album that called Abnormal Circles Doubtful Hour, which is about this actual topic that I'm worried about what it actually means in my life or in the future, and only in the end to make peace with the fact that I will never know what exactly it means. So this is the really shorted version.
So it's very deep and very numerological. Okay, so you recently released a new single, and could you please tell me more about it?
The new single is called Hail the Moustache. It's the first music we are releasing in the last 5 years, I think. It is a part of a trilogy that we haven't exposed yet, and a part of a bigger album that we are hoping to release straight after the summer. All Hail the Moustache is about, one hand, dictatorship, and on the other hand, artistry. And it talks a lot about paranoia, megalomania. And while it is focusing on the character of a dictator, at the same time, it speaks as well about the megalomaniac character of an artist and the fine line that you can take the same madness and do something very bad with it or do something relatively good with it.
Actually connected to what you told right about now is also my next question, and this is what inspired the lyrics on this release of this single?
If you look at the history, actually, there's a lot of characters in power with a significant mustache. And it's not a joke, it's real. And the appearance of the mustache in itself, albeit it's a funny idea, but it has a lot of powerful significance in terms of image, and the people who are in power and people who are along with those people who are in power has a certain type of look that they're going for. And I think not only particularly for one region, but in a lot of different parts of the world, the mustache and its ginormous power represents a lot of different ideas.
When you think about it, even today, I mean, I was born in Belarus, and the dictator there have a mustache. I mean,
right.
Lyrically, I guess, Vidi, you do remember what was the inspiration of the lyrics?
You wanted to write some songs about Stalin.
So it was like a personal
yes,
request.
And I was actually thinking, okay, I don't know so much. So I read about it. But then I just, instead of doing some conceptual album that is based on history, I wanted to work from more personal angle. So yeah, I think what Eren said is very, very accurate. Besides that, we all have mustache.
Okay, and you made a video of this new single, and you made it part recording and part animation. And what is the story behind this animation?
To be honest, Vidi is the one that created the script of the animation.
Yes, the video clip tells a story about a man that cannot shave his mustache. He can shave everything else. He can shave his beard, he can shave everything, but the mustache refuses to go down. And the more he tries, the mustache gains more power, to the point that he is spiraling into a different world where an army of orangutans are waiting for him because of his mustache. And they dress him like Stalin, and then they do horrible things together as the mustache gain power. Yeah, that's the story. You can watch it. It's pretty weird. My little brother is refusing to watch it. He thinks it's really scary. And my mother did not approve of this video clip, but I think it's great. I think it's great.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So let's move now to some more general themes. Are there any new albums that have caught your ears recently? Maybe each one of you can tell which albums you've heard recently and that have caught your ears.
I don't remember when it was released. It's not super recent, but I really enjoyed Nightwish's latest album, Human Nature. And I really found how they composed, arranged, how they put together vocal melodies and everything really, really fascinating. And things like the form, the harmony, the pace, the singing, I really recommend it, yeah.
If you think that what Eren chose was not that recent, then I will tell you the truth. Right now, I'm started to listen seriously to the band Toto, which for some reason I never took the time to really seriously listen. And I'm really listening to their first albums, the first 5 albums, very fanatically, because they are all sessionists that recorded over 1,500 albums together. I don't know, that created a band, and their musicship is amazing, and level of composition and playing, even though it sounds like popish, and once you're going to layers, you understand that actually it's not about genre. In every genre, you can do great layers and great compositions, and with great musicians, it will sound amazing. So I would have to go with mostly Toto and some albums of Rush that I'm rediscovering.
I'm also discovering like old bands. Well, old. I'm currently exploring the glam and hair metal scene. So I found the band Shotgun Messiah, and I'm completely blown away by their first album. I heard in the middle of it, it's an instrumental piece that I didn't expect, and I was blown away. So that's the stuff that...
I wonder how the instrumental sounds in glam.
It's amazing, man. It's kind of like prog, but hard rock.
Well, Jure, anything out here lately?
Well, the last album from Greg Allman called The Southern Blood. It's actually the last album that he released before he passed away. And it really has that vibe of finality and the message, just similar like David Bowie's Lazarus or something. It really has that 60 years of rock and roll and blues and everything and whole life in it. And then releasing into the last message and then saying this is really my final gift. And it's a really pleasant album to listen to. I find it amazing.
My choice is a band called Melted Bodies, and they have an album called Enjoy Yourself. and I can't stop listening to it. It was my album of the year for 2020. If you're into Dillinger Escape Plan and System of a Down and the latest era of Fate No More, then you might enjoy this one. And band called Baest with their album Necro Sapiens. I think it's like really good songwriting for death metal.
Okay, so since you're like an international band, tell me a bit about your local metal scene, like each one of you, maybe before Corona and now after Corona. What you think, what is the local scene where you live?
I think generally in Slovenia, I miss the young blood, the new bands, kids getting into metal or some kind of music. Yeah, everything is going like a really, really commercial direction.
Over here in Israel, the amount of audience that is going to see shows is kind of bigger than ever in the local scene. One thing that really cool that happened is when international artists could not enter Israel anymore. Then something beautiful happened and people realized that they still need culture and they still want to consume culture. So they started giving a chance to local artists. Israeli artists started getting attention now, and you can really see how this thing has a positive influence on the Israeli artists and local bands to do their best and show people what they're made of, so people can give them another and another and another chance. And their creative force is rising, and also the financial force, because finally people are buying tickets for local bands so they can take the production value higher and take risks. And this puts them in baby steps in the international scene. So I'm very grateful that I could play this year, because otherwise I would go crazy.
Okay, so we're getting close to the end of this interview, and one of the last questions is what are your future plans actually for the band? Where are you headed to?
Our future plans, of course, is to focus right now on the releases of 2 more singles that we will release as a video and eventually the album. And hopefully we will surprise you in Slovenia with
Release show.
Release show.
shows. Premiere, yeah.
Release party.
Release party, yeah. So we mostly working on that. Meanwhile, I'm already composing the 3rd album, and I'm not far from finishing composing it. And probably soon enough, we'll start working on the pre-production.
We have our next release, which is something we're really proud of, and we are also really looking forward back into getting on stage and sharing all this new stuff that we wrote live.
Our bigger plan is to tell you guys about this album and make you all buy it, and then use the money to build an army of
apes.
Yes, but you haven't heard it from me.
Okay, and so last but not least, tell us, why does metal rule? And if you think it doesn't, then why are you playing in a metal band?
Who says metal rules? Wait a second. We are interviewing for Metal Rules.
The website says
Metal Rules. Metal Rules is the best.
Hello, Cleveland.
It's a cool genre.
It's a cool genre.
You can do anything you want if it's in the right context. I think it's really free genre. You can put jazz in metal and it's metal.
So, do you think metal rules?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Until we are interviewed by Metal Sucks. Then we'll see.
Well, I think it's the right time to thank you for Metal Rules for giving us this opportunity, and thank you for the viewers and whoever who took the time and watched this, and keep supporting local scene and metal and music and artists.
And thank you, Dominika,
Thank
for
you,
being
Dominika,
here with
for
us.
our host
Yeah.
today.
No problem.
So
Thank you, Seventh Station, for this interview, and keep doing what you do. Cheers.
Cheers.
we will try.